Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Sunday vinyl video. And today is kind of a special one for me, and we do have some ins and outs to discuss with this particular pressing. We are going to talk about a terrific pressing from Analogue Productions of a very, very old hits package. You're never going to believe this, but when Elvis Presley was a big deal upon his debut, like between like 56 and 66 or so, you're never going to believe this, but the record labels would take advantage of that, and they would put together compilations constantly. Yeah, I should let you digest that for a minute. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So what they would do is they would put together compilation after compilation of songs that fans had already bought. Just, with different cover. 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. Elvis Golden Records, and there's at least 10 others that I'm not thinking of, from that era. But there are a couple that stick out over the years that people just kind of always know about.
Okay.
One is the Elvis Golden Records. Like, everybody knows the cover of that album, and it's a good collection of the very early stuff. The other one that I think most people know is this one, the Elvis 24 Karat Hits. And the reason why I like this one is, and this is talking about the album itself, not this particular pressing. For me, and you've heard me say this, and Elvis fans, no matter how many times I say, please don't lose your mind in the comments, Elvis fans lose their mind in the comments. For me, his career doesn't even start till 1970. Like, I'm the Elvis guy. Like, from the moment he started performing in Vegas in 70 till 77, that's my Elvis. Totally know and respect everything he did before that, but this album is all I need. I don't need the movie soundtracks. I don't need the individual LPs. Like, this covers everything from 56 up to, not everything, but the hits up to when he recorded in Memphis right before he took off to Vegas and became the man. So your Suspicious Minds and In the Ghetto, right? Now, having said that, this has been reissued, and I want to make sure I don't go crazy on this number because people will go fact check it on the internet. 11 billion times, I think, is the amount that it's been reissued on CD, 8-track, cassette, LP, a million different ways. No one does a good job on it ever. It is always like, oh yay, we got the rights to those songs and we can resell it to Elvis fans by just reissuing this. Analogue Productions has come along to with a game-changing pressing of this. Now, this pressing's been out for a long time, but it's just stunningly good. Packaging is one thing that we always talk about. We're going to get into more things in depth. Packaging is probably my only issue with this. And let me say this. I don't have a better suggestion. Generally, when you know this, like in our lives and on the channel, if I go, oh, well, I have a problem, I always go, well, here's how it could have been done better, or here's an idea I have, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With this, I don't know what I would do, because every time, like, the original record was just, well, first of all, it was just one thing. It was never a gatefold. Every CD that's ever come out has just been very plain Jane. So, like, they would have to, like, add on to the packaging, if they made it you know what I mean? And at that point I would be like, well, why'd they use that picture? And you know what I mean? Like, so, or not me, just every Elvis fan would. So I don't like that the packaging is plain as it is, but I also offer no suggestions.
Yeah, so it's a rock and a rock.
Yeah. One thing, we'll get this out of the way. I always complain about when things aren't packaged correctly. We just recently did a video on the Foo Fighters where I was talking about how much reverence they have for their own album, and then they went and put it in the scratchiest paper cardboard sleeves ever. Analogue Productions would never. They would never. So, of course, all three of these LPs are, first of all, beautifully pressed. Second of all three in static-free inner sleeves, as they should be. And there is a nice insert, like a one sheet, that has the information on the songs that you figure you would like, Lieber and Stoller, what they wrote, and whomever wrote all the songs through. But there's a really nice write-up on the flip side of that too, about like how this has been reissued so many times and what they did to fix it. And I mean, it's small print. It takes up the whole side of the 12 by 12. So, like, I don't know who's all going to read it, but like, if you're interested in it, it's there,
Yeah, get your
it's the
magnifying glass out.
type of thing I would sit and read,
Yeah.
And then have the nerve to say things to my wife like, hey, I learned this once, and have her be like, that's nice. So that, I mean, for packaging, do you see what I'm saying about the packaging? How like, what do you do besides enhance it and then have people be like, they shouldn't have done that?
Right. Yeah. Because if it's something that has already existed, what do you do? Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
So sound is the big deal here. I don't think you're ever going to hear Elvis Presley studio material from 1956 through 1967, I think was when the last stuff on here is recorded. You're never going to hear anything come close to this on here. I guess one thing I could say is a drawback for many people, and we've talked about this recently again in the Foo Fighters video, is this is at 45 RPM. For me, the advantages are so there to it being 45 RPM that I don't, plus one other thing too is a lot of people go, well, the problem I have with it is there's so few songs. This is from back when like pop songs were like 3.5 at the most.
Yeah. I was just going to say that. I was like, I knew this was a 45 RPM when we were listening to it, but there were so many songs on the side that I forgot.
I know. You're like, oh, look at that. We don't
like
have to
I
flip
went to shut the thing off at the end and I had to turn it the other. I was like, oh yeah, this was 45, wasn't it? I was like, oh, how about that?
This was 45. Sound wise though, I had played for you purposely before this other poorly mastered Elvis stuff from the late 50s. And it's, in a word, it sounded like poo. And then I played this for you. What do you think about what you heard?
Okay, what is the opposite of poo?
Right.
No, I like seriously, and I appreciated the apples to apples comparison, especially like with the same songs where I could really hear the different. It never occurred to me that something that was recorded that long ago could sound that
could still
good.
Sound that good. Yeah. There's little things on it like All Shook Up. Like my whole life hearing that song, there's just been that dead air. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. And on this, and this is gonna sound, if you're not super into Elvis or audiophile pressings, if you're not like at that crossroads, this isn't gonna matter to you. But on here, you clearly hear I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Like in the studio that day, they were probably all like, that's why he's the man. Like that little thing like that. And then like you can hear the reed clicking on Return to Sender. Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds stunningly good. Like
it's awesome.
This to me is the thing where this is the first record I would reach for if somebody goes, why are you into vinyl? I would be like, even if they're like, if I get it out and they go, oh, I can't stand Elvis Presley. I was told all sorts of incorrect things about him. I would be like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. Like you asked why I listen to records and I'm going to play this song now. And they would be like, holy crap. Like that. Anyone on earth would listen to this record and just go, holy crap. I mean, it just sounds like it's to the point where, again, the 50s stuff is just not my thing. Mm-hmm. And if I'm ever going to listen to those songs, it's going to be off of here. Yeah. And I will let other songs play that I've never even liked since I was a little kid, because they sound that good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now here's where we get, this is where things are going to get a little shaky. When we get into price, which is equal to, in my opinion, price a lot of times crosses directly with value. And on this one, I think it's kind of, there's, they very much go their separate ways. Price on it, you cannot find this new, for under $80. You're straight up, you're paying 80. I've seen it go for, when it's in print, I've seen it go for 90, but I've never seen it for $1 under $80. And it's 3 LPs, so you're looking at 27 something per LP at 45 RPM. So it's half the music that it would be. Right. Yeah. To me, the value in that is pretty dubious. Like I love everything to do with Elvis. And if I'm going to hear stuff from that era, I want to hear it the absolute best that I can. So there's value in that for me all day. If you're a casual Elvis fan at the most, I can't see you being like, sure,
Yeah.
Give me those 3
I know,
LPs.
I get that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely get
like,
that.
I've asked you this, and I already know your answer on this. I've asked you this on the channel before. Like, would you buy this for the value? There's no way. Like, well, I mean, I'll let you answer. I'm sorry.
There's no way.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you like Elvis.
Of
You
course.
probably like this material more than I do.
I
like,
do. I'm sure I do.
And you heard, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right. But you're not that way with the music. Like, I actively listen far more than you do, I think, when we like just sit down, and this is an active listener's record. This to me is where you're going to tell everybody shut up, and then if somebody goes, hey, the other day out, and you go shut up, like that
happened to me.
Yeah, I did not. I mean, not really. So that's what I mean when I say, like, if you're an Elvis fan and you of any era and you love audiophile pressings, like, this is a no-brainer. But for a casual fan or somebody who doesn't see the value in 45 RPM or doesn't see the value in these audiophile pressings, like, the price and the value go way out. Yeah, in my opinion. So, but these are some thoughts we wanted to share on this. I really was excited for you to hear it. I'm glad you had the reaction that you did. Like, you're like, even though you're like, okay, I don't go all in on this audiophile pressing stuff, you were like, holy crap, I understand
Yeah, of course. I get it.
you love
I
this
get
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
Once again, that is Lauren. My name is Russ. If you're just here for the vinyl content, that's cool. We have a new vinyl video every single Sunday. But if you looked at us and said, wow, they're adorable, I wish they would do more videos, I have great news. We have videos on Thursdays that are our normal video, just kind of talking about whatever comes to our mind. Always positive views to look at music, different artists and things. And then on Saturday we do reactions. So if you're here for Elvis, we got a ton of Elvis reactions on the channel. Well, we made a comment in in the middle of one of our reactions about how we didn't like Elvis movies, and everybody already lost their mind on us for that. So you don't have to do that. But if you want to have a good time with us watching Elvis, we have those reactions as well. If you would, please drop a like on the video because that helps us out. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.